Well,
a few people that he started it.
I can't put a bum on it.
I want to know who's on it. I want to know if I'm on it.
What are we going to do once we know who's on it?
I just want to know.
Yeah, the people who are on the list sort of want to have a record there that they're on a police list. So I'm just asking, what are we going to do about it once we find out?
well, again, that's a separate.
It's just information.
Like, do you guys want to bring it up when we have that list? What we're gonna do with the list when we have it? So do you want to talk about what we're gonna do with the list once we have the list? Okay, good. I mean, not good. I mean,
Can we establish? I don't know if y'all want to do it as a working group or how you want to do it, but to determine training on legal observer and status.
yeah. Do you guys have ongoing? Is there another?
Do some training.
Yeah, that's and that's something that's readily available, but we can make it more available down here for sure, and I'll make sure that you get that.
Cool.
Yeah,
All right.
person
Awesome.
6:45.
So, for time's sake, we're gonna. I think people are kind of getting off on a tangent related to this issue. So we have two proposals on the table that we do need to come to consensus on. And the first is the statement that was issued at whatever GA that was that Leanne read off. And can we read it again? Sorry for. No, yeah, and then so until you're ready, let me know. And the other thing that we will do after, well, actually, let's just do this now, since we're waiting for the proposal. The other one was to have a few person, maybe 3 people, on a one-time only police liaison to go present our Declaration of Nonviolence, and also to obtain the list, the so-called list. So let's, point of information.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So okay. So right now, this is where you act or not. We're gonna come to consensus on the one-time police meeting to present our Declaration of Nonviolence, to also instruct them of how we are going to in the future deal with police, and to possibly get that list. So yes, I want to do that. I don't really agree, but go ahead. And are there any blocks? No. Awesome. So that passed.
So that's a done deal.
All right, Leanne, are you ready? Oh, and clarification.
After we do this, can we pick those people?
Yeah. So once we vote on this,
I just have a question about the
Sure.
non-violence thing. Did we put that out as a press release? Isn't that what we said we were going to do with that? Did we put it out?
yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
So why?
Yep. Do you want
But it didn't go to the police when we sent it out?
Well, I don't think the police are on the press list, but we could add them.
Well, I mean, I didn't know.
Do we want to send the police an email, or do we want to talk to them?
I think we should talk.
Okay. Sound.
Okay. We passed up. Oh, wait.
Yeah. So let's just go. Let's read the proposal so we can get that over with.
With the acknowledgement that all individuals may talk to the police. No liaison meets with the police, but there would be an on-site liaison when police were here for a group action or as the need arises, as decided in GA. Recorded conversations with the police.
All right. So if you yes, I agree. Stand aside. The blocks. No. Cool. So, I feel like deciding who's going to be on that is kind of important. So is that, do you think that's something we should talk about now? Or do you want to, since it's kind of related, or do you want to move on to another agenda item? So do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to move on to another agenda item? Point of process.
Can I try and keep names out of the notes? Can I just, if we choose just say 3 people chosen.
Sure, that works. I mean, well, I can answer. Yeah.
What are we basing the person that goes to do this? What are we basing?
Well, that's the idea of choosing who does it.
Are we gonna get in stack based upon like making nominees and then vote?
I don't know what y'all talking about.
That's up to you guys. First, I was deciding whether or not we wanted to do that now, but it seems like people do want to decide who we choose. So, I guess the best way to first take volunteers to see if like we could get 3 people. Direct response real quick.
Well, the signs are blowing away. I was just told down there if anybody wants to.
Someone go save our signs, please.
Hey guys, man, I'm a diabetic, man. My sugar's down. Has anybody got a piece of chocolate or a piece of candy or anything?
I can help you out.
Apples will work for you.
No, apples don't work.
I'll get you something. You got it?
I need a piece of candy.
Kelly's
I
helping
think
you.
I've got kids.
Kelly's
Alright,
helping you. She's
someone
right over there in the
help
kitchen.
Alright,
Yeah, she's right there.
Callie got it. Alright, so let's go back to volunteers. Anyone want to volunteer for this police liaison? We have 1, 2, 3. Anyone else?
Hell no.
4. And actually, I feel like we could allow 4 or 5 people to go. Just maybe restrict to 3, I guess. That was kind of the spirit of that proposal.
This is going to be on
Trying
YouTube.
to
Just let you
interpret
know.
that correctly. I'm not afraid.
Apple Charlottesville on YouTube.
Okay, that's fine. But thank you.
Alright.
But if we make any money, don't
Is there, do we not also want like maybe one person in the legal team, or what was your reason behind that?
That was a suggestion from Jeff that the police and the legal not being intertwined as much as a group tends to perceive it to be.
So we have 4 people that volunteered. Anyone else? Point of process.
To those that volunteer, I'd like to hear like why you want to volunteer.
Who were they?
Why do you want to volunteer?
Yeah, just like
Okay, do you guys feel like maybe giving one sentence to say why they volunteered would be
I'll see.
worthy?
Just stack right here.
Yeah, so the 4 people that volunteered, say like one sentence. Or 2.
I just volunteered because I want to be participatory in this process. And that's something that I feel is important, and that's it.
I volunteered because I've been involved in this for a while, but I just by chance was totally outside all the controversy, and so I can very well say I don't know about a lot of things that they might.
I'm really tired of dealing with police being manipulative and as acting really authoritative. And honestly, I just kind of want to. It's exciting to me to be able to tell them that we're not going to have liaisons anymore. I want to do that.
Can you be nice?
For myself, I just feel like I have the necessary qualifications. I tend to be, fairly diplomatic when talking with people. I can keep my cool. I'm not easily provoked. So,
Point of information.
We need one of these people to be legal. Just
I
say
got a business license.
Didn't a representative of legal just say that legal didn't really want to be intertwined?
Yes, I heard that.
I mean, we agreed that if we meet.
It was suggested by the lawyer.
Yeah, so maybe someone in legal want to speak to this real quick?
Well, one thing we could consider is sending somebody from that to observe, but not to necessarily chime in, which is something that Jeff's done in the past too.
Never mind.
Can somebody explain?
Maybe a legal observer.
We all are.
You are.
Yeah, actually, but Bailey.
We got lives. Bailey's gonna tell you.
I can tell y'all.
She's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Here, I'll tell you.
We got a license.
All right. Oh yeah. So how do you guys feel about asking legal to have a legal observer at this?
That's Richmond.
At this.
I think.
At this thing. The police liaison meeting.
Okay. I'll go and I'll just observe.
All right.
If everyone's okay with that.
Awesome. So Shannon's gonna observe. I think that group of four looks pretty diverse. We got legal that's going to observe.
When's it happening?
When is it going to happen?
Maybe we can talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah, maybe you guys can figure out when it's convenient for you guys to do that. I feel like it's something that needs to happen like soon, but not necessarily like right now. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. If anyone, is that okay? Is that kind of cool with people?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So, do you have the okay, we're good. Sweet.
Do you have contact info for everyone that just said? Or should we get that outside? Is that what you just...
I'm not sure about that. How do you guys... Could it be up to you guys to coordinate? Is that...
Yeah, after the meeting, everybody that just said yes, we should get together. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Don't walk away or else you can't do
So
it.
we're done with electricity, police liaison. How much time do we have left?
5 minutes.
Half an hour. We have half an hour.
Oh, but 7:30.
So I think...
All right.
I'm gonna... If it's okay with you guys...
Oh shoot.
I kind of want to skip the Dick and Cheney right now and go to the 10 check-ins since that's something that's kind of
Dick Cheney can be fast because he's not coming.
Dick Cheney sucks. End of story.
Yeah, that's not even an issue.
That
was already covered. That was his announcement. I did that.
Okay, cool. So, sweet. So let's go to the 10 check-in. And if the people that want to propose that, could they just introduce 10 check-in?
Megan had written up something and gave it to somebody in a text or an email or something. Where's Luis? Okay, so I'll
what it is, like, so that
I'll
people know
explain
what
it
it
really
is.
quickly.
Cool.
So something that I saw at Occupy Baltimore that I thought worked really well for keeping an idea of how many people are in the park and whose tent is whose. There's basically two things in this. One, we assign numbers to each tent. In the information tent, there will be a book with the numbers of each tent and the first names only of people in that tent and the number of people in that tent. So that allows us to know that that big green tent is so-and-so's tent. That way, if things get wrecked, we know whose stuff was wrecked by whom. Then the other part of that was to apply for we're going to ask another occupation or this outlet service that somebody was talking about earlier for a large community tent, which is basically a tent for people who are walking up that don't have anywhere to be tonight, to deter them from going into an empty tent. They just go into this one big tent and they share the space together for the night until we can figure out what tents are available. So there was the wording that I can remember. If Luis comes back, he can read it out. I'll just try to do it from memory. Was basically that by putting up your tent, we're asking that you please don't drink or do drugs in the park. We ask that you attend as many GAs as possible, and we ask that you join at least one working group, and that you are responsible for the guests that you bring in. So if you bring in some girls or some rowdy people that aren't supposed to be here because they're underage or something like that, then you face leaving for breaking the values of the park.
Alright, so
you kicked out here.
2 parts to this. Let's go with the first part, the 10 check-in system. Or not system, just, I don't know what to call it. 10 check-in, there you go. So, just to see, let's see, how do people feel about this 10 check-in? I just want to take a temperature check. I think it's a good idea, bad idea. Okay, so let's just come to consensus. Yes, I want to do it. I don't agree, but I'll just let it happen. And any blocks? Okay, cool. So that's gonna be the second part was the community tent, which Bailey just described. So I don't have to do it again. Come to consensus on that. Yes, I agree with the community tent.
Yeah, I'm in one, all right.
Locks. Sweet. All right. So passed.